So I've been obsessed with corridor Roblox lately. It itches a spot in my brain that's really, really hard to itch. Going through the rooms and spotting the anomalies, and I think it gives a sense of ego and satisfaction knowing that you spotted all the anomalies and you achieved something. So I've been really enjoying corridor Roblox lately, and during my run today, I really like perfectionism, the perfectionism hard run, because it's the hardest, one of the hardest other than chaos, but it's something that I can be on top of the leaderboard on. So I was doing my corridor Roblox today. I won. I did my one. I won the run, and while I was waiting for it to update, I was wondering why I wasn't showing my win, but it has to refresh obviously. So I found out, other than switching the modes from the different rooms and the different levels of difficulty, I found out you could also switch it from wins to the time taken to complete the whole thing. And that really ignited my speedrunning. And right away, I went and tried to do a speedrun of Corridor Roblox to try and get a really, really fast time. I checked my current time and it was around 6 to 8 minutes, which is kind of slow in hindsight comparing to the records now. So I didn't even know that at the time, but it ignited my speedrunning self because I used to speedrun games back in the day. I have the current world record in all well ignorance and strength. It's around 30 minutes. I shaved around 4 to 5 minutes off the previous world record. So I went back into perfectionist hard mode with a speed run in mind. And I failed. Oh, fudge. What did I miss? And I failed again. Gosh damn it. Ugh. What did I miss? And so at one point, I just needed a plan. I needed specific areas to focus on for the anomalies because I was just raw. I was just going in it raw. So I needed to focus on specific areas and count anomalies as they go, as well as have around the perfect pathing to have to count all these anomalies. So the potential plan that I was following was to focus my vision on very specific areas for very specific anomalies because you have to be efficient because you're just sprinting by. So the first area that you need to focus on is this whole left side section. So what's with this left side section? You're going to have two anomalies here. The sign's going to be flipped or it's going to be the number. You have the pipe, which is going to be rusted or normal, and then the vent might be red or disappeared. So already that's around like 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5, capped at 1, 2, 3, 4. Capped at 4, but there's 5 anomalies here. So it's capped at 4 anomalies in this area. And then as for this area, you have to look here anyway. This is going to be 2 anomalies because the lights will either be flashing or the sign will be disappeared. As you turn the corner, you're going to see this. So in order to be efficient with this, you're going to have 2 anomalies here. The bench is going to be removed or it's going to be clean. So that's bench removed or there's not going to be rubbish here. There's also going to be another anomaly here, potentially, where the room is already going to be pre-destroyed. So as you're looking here, you're going to have to look at this wall anyway, so you may as well see if there's a graffiti anomaly or room destructed anomaly. So this is when things get difficult as you turn the last corner. So as we can see, this is where most of the anomalies will be. So you literally have to look here anyway. Look at the mailbox, see if it's disappeared. So you have to focus your vision on this area, and then you just have to focus your vision on the whole left side area. What I mean by this is there's going to be an anomaly here. There's going to be potentially a guitar removed. There's going to be fire. This is going to be missing or the light will be red. And then there's going to be around potentially 4 anomalies on the janitor: spinning, broomstick, clothes, hair. And then at the back there's going to be the bench, which is going to be disappeared, or there's a clown. And then the other pipe might explode. And then, you know what, I'll include this as well because you can just check this clown because the clown's going to be here. Also, this clown will spawn here and the people might spawn here as well. So you can tell this is where you have to really, really look out for your anomalies. And then the worm and then the rat. The rat's going to come here anyway, right? So yeah, so that's basically what you have to focus on for the speedrun. That's my plan, at least. This is where I also use the anomaly counter, which is very, I can see why it'll be very useful for runs, as you don't have to stop and press the buttons, you can just Bluetooth it as you go. And with this plan, I got close. Bench, clean, floors, flower, worm. Ah! Is that 8? Ah! So close. It was probably 9 because it was probably a bench. No! But I still failed. And then I wondered, I looked at the time because I feel like my runs were so slow. And I looked at the time and the current world record is 2 minutes and 15 seconds. So I'm between 5 and 6 minutes. So I have to beat... What do I have to beat? So my run is 6:22. I have to beat 2:19. Is that even possible? 135 seconds. So when I calculated it out, it was around 9 seconds per room. And then I did a trial one of a single room, and that took me around 15 seconds. Can we even clear a room in 9 seconds? And we can't even clear a room in 9 seconds! Wait, what? 14 seconds. 14 to 15 seconds per room. What, so that would be... What, 15 times... 15 times 15 is what, like 200... Is it 225? Divide that by 60. 3 point... So it would take me 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Wait a second. And 15 by 15 is around 225, which is around 3 minutes and 45 seconds. So that's like already a minute and 30 seconds slower than the world record, which is insane, which is just insane to me, because that's basically me just running through the room. And then I wondered how he would have done it. And so I started researching, I started looking at the item shop, because all Roblox games have item shops, and I saw the speed boost item shop, and so I immediately knew that that was it. So I got that, and guess what? As I ran through the room, it was around 9 seconds. So I know for a fact that he just ran through the rooms and counted all the anomalies, and ran through, and boom, easy lemons. So I think his run is legit. Dog. Okay, so we get this. Dude, I think it's possible with this. And I had my doubts even with the speed boost, because how can you count all the anomalies perfectly? Because certain things happen, like I found out like the worm and the alligator. The alligator will kill you unless you keep sprinting. Alligator. Silent Hill. Yeah. Okay, it's instant. You can't have the alligator. You can't. You just can't, man. Those are run killers. You would have to get really good RNG to just like have a perfect run without any external interruptions that could potentially destroy and kill you. The biggest one, the worm, you can just run through it, and although it's stressful to count your anomalies, it's very hard but very doable. But the major one killer is the alligator, because you literally have to stop. If you keep moving, then you die. And so I had my doubts about this guy's run, if it was legit or not, because I know that keys are a thing, and I was thinking that since there are 15 corridors in the corridor to complete a run, he used 15 keys, and that's how he completed his run. However, I think this makes his run even more legit, because you can't use 15 keys in a run. You only have 3 inventory slots. So what? I see how it works. Okay. Okay, this makes sense. Wait, so I think this guy's run is legitimate because I thought what he did was just skip every room by using a key, and he bought 15 keys so he could have the key in his inventory and then it would just consecutively use all the keys. But you can only equip a maximum of 3 keys, I'm pretty sure. Which means that his runs, I think his run's legit. He didn't use 15 keys, he used a maximum of 3 because you can only equip 3. So I think his run's legit. Oh my gosh. I guess I just gotta thingy it, bruh. At first I thought if you equip a key, then it equips all 15 keys into your slot, and therefore you can use all 15 keys for all 15 rooms, but you only have 3 slots, and therefore you can only equip 3 keys. So if anything, the keys make his run more legit, because he can only use a maximum of 3, which means he had to have gone through every room, got it correct at least 12 times, which is insane to me. And so with that in mind, I tried to do a room at full speed. Fudge. Fudge. Plain floor. Fudge. Scale broom. Oh! No! So, Ultimate Reaper is just the flippin' goat of this game. And, you know what? I would love to know his taxes and what they do all that, because I don't know what the hell's going on. I can only get to maximum like 8. Last time I got to 14 maximum, but that was really lucky. But yeah, so that's the video. Thanks for watching.